So here we have the past releases this week, and the first one up is the Eastside Golf Nike collection, Air Max 1, 86 and the Air Zoom Victory. I personally didn't see these coming out, and might be a US exclusive because Eastside Golf are based in the US, so not completely sure about these. And also what released was the New Balance 1000 Rain Cloud pack, and the colorways are, nice on these, pretty standard stuff, and also the models are very good and comfortable, and good one to have, I suppose, more for the fall season as well. And then also what we had was the Adidas Samba made in Italy premium tan leather. I think these ones were quite limited, and the leather looks really nice on this, but not for £250. And then also, I didn't see this one release either, was the new Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Rome Flax on the 7th of October. So I think a lot of these ones have been delayed, so I didn't see this one come up on the Sneakers app or the Nike app, and also not at retailers either. And also what released was the New Balance 1000 and 990 V4 Kith. And this is one of those sneakers that released on the 8th of October, but was a Kith exclusive. And also on the 8th of October, which I saw release in the UK anyway, was the Nike Cortez Forest Gump colorway. And it's a classic colorway and a classic sneaker, but not something that I'm a fan of personally. And also what released was the Nike MX1 Essential Escape. This is a cool looking sneaker. I do like the MX1 obviously, but with this particular one I'm kind of happy to skip it. Not kind of completely sold on the brown. And also what released on the 8th of October, the Nike MX1 Kai Cenat low poly. This one I tried to sort of look at grabbing, but I just couldn't see them releasing, and they didn't really have a particular time window for, well, the UK at least from what I saw, and then they released all of a sudden. So if you manage to pre-order them, then good on you. I think they will be quite difficult to find on the resale market anyway. And the 8th of October, the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Halloween. I think again, this one I didn't see release either, and I'm not sure when this is coming out, but maybe it's coming out in the next couple of weeks. And what did release on the 8th of October was the New Balance 1906A, and this is the Refined Future pack, and also called, I think, the Tech Explosion pack. I'm just not a fan of the overall look of these. I think, I'm a big fan of the 1906R, but I don't like this kind of cutaway version of it. It just, to me, I've seen one in person and just not too much of a fan of them, in all honesty. And also, one trainer that I've reviewed on the 9th of October was the Adidas Goldie Silver Birch SPZL. I think these were quite difficult to cop, in all honesty. I kind of looked around a few different websites, and they sold out pretty quickly. And it's a nice looking sneaker and nice, nod to Goldie, and a good collector's piece in my eyes. And also what was supposed to release on the 9th of October was this Reebok Premier Road Modern Packer. And I didn't see it come out unless it was in limited numbers. I just had a look on the Reebok website over, subsequent days during this time period, but I just didn't see it come out. So maybe it was one in the US only, I don't know. And also on the 9th of October, the Lionel Messi and Adidas Samba white colorway. Just very mid for me, nothing too special in all honesty. So not really too fussed about this one. And same for this Nike SB Dunk Low City of Cinema on 10th of October. This one was another one which was just okay in my eyes. There's nothing special going on, and it's one of those sneakers that, the colourway is just not doing it for me. And then on the 10th of October, we've got the Nike MX TL 2.5 in black. And this is a sneaker that I haven't seen a release on the Sneakers app or the Nike app, but I have seen it stock at a couple of retailers here and there. But probably not going to pick this up at the moment. Maybe if they go on sale or something, I don't know. But I'm also waiting on a different colourway rather than this triple black one. And on the 10th of October, we've got the Nike SB Dunk Low, and this is in the light carbon colourway. And I'm not mad at these ones. I think they look quite nice, and Also, you know, definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of these particular colorway. And also, what released on the 11th of October seemed to be, you know, Flight Club, I think, cancelled their in-store launch, and, you know, just seemed to be full of controversy. So they released online only, but again, they're nice looking, but I'm not like personally that much into them. And on the 12th of October, we had the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Howard University. I didn't go for these, but it looked like they were quite limited in terms of their numbers, and it's a nice joint. I do like the colourway, I do like the overall look of it, but just basically, you know, I'd probably wear the black toes more over these, and that's the reason why I didn't grab them. And something which I did grab was the Puma Speedcat OG, and this is in the brown colorway, but there's also a blue colorway as well. But I wanted to sort of see what this model is about, because it's supposed to be trending now at the moment, and you know, it's always nice to sort of see what these trainers are. It's an older model, but it's just had a bit of a resurgence recently. And now moving on to the upcoming releases, there's quite a few pairs in here which look really nice in my opinion. So the first one up is the Jude Bellingham Adidas Gazelle. As far as I know, Jude Bellingham is a footballer, and this pair of Gazelles is pretty average to me. Nothing too special going on, and you know, if you're a fan of the footballer, then you know you might be into these. And something which I will try and go for is the Bob Marley Adidas SL72, and the SL72 again is having a bit of a resurgence as well, and I think this one in particular, you know, being the colorway that it is just you know, sort of speaking to me. I'm not too much of a fan of this particular model. It's got like a slimline build, and I don't find it too comfortable, but because it's got the Bob Marley collab on it, you know, I'd like to sort of check it out regardless. And on the 15th of October, we've got the Nike MX90 Celery. This reminds me of the New Balance Joe Freshgoods 1000 model that released earlier on in the year in terms of the colorway, and I have a pair of those, so this is still a nice looking pair, but I'd probably skip out on this one. So here we have the Simpsons Adidas Rivalry Low, and this is the Ned Flanders Werewolf colorway, and just a very average looking sneaker. I don't mind the Rivalry as a silhouette. However, for me, this one, you know, even though it's got the extras in there with like the little pins and extra laces and things like that, it's just not something that I would look to grab personally. And also, what's releasing on the 15th of October is the Nike MX Sunder Blue Ice. I think this one's a nice looking colorway, and I think if I didn't have the Gold Canyon, then I probably would go after these. But they look, you know, really nice in terms of the blue color, which is something that I'm a fan of, and I do like this model. And something that I'm not too much of a big fan of, I think they've done a good job with the colorways so far that they released with the Nike MX Sunder, but this gold and black colorway, just for me personally, is just not doing it for me. But you know, maybe, you know, depending on, you know, what colorways you like, you might sort of prefer this to some of the other colorways that have been out there. But I do recommend the model because it's very comfortable, and one of those ones which I think works well as a fall winter sneaker as well. And something which is supposed to be releasing on the 16th of October is the Jordan Airship Awake New York. And I recently reviewed the red pair that came out earlier on in the year, and I picked those up at a really sort of discounted rate. And I think they're probably the best collab airship to release. And this one I will try and look to grab as well, but I don't think it's going to be releasing on the 16th of October because I've not seen any raffles loaded up for it, and maybe it's a limited one and might be, you know, limited to Awake New York only. I don't know, but I've not seen anything on the Sneakers Up, for example, and you know, 16th is coming up in the next couple of days, so yeah, not sure about this one. And on the 16th of October, we've also got the Nike Fur Calm Mule, and this is coming in sort of several different colorways, but it's not something for me, but I understand why they've done it, because obviously it's coming towards the winter season, so they want something a bit more rugged for that period of time, but not a fan of these. And also releasing on the 16th of October is the New Balance 740. I think this model looks similar to the Asics Gel 1130s, and personally I'm not a fan of this one. I think it's taken bits and pieces from a 1906R and then merging that with the New Balance 530 in terms of how the midsole outsole looks. So for me, I'm not too much of a fan of them, but the price point's really good on these. And then on the 17th of October, we've got the Reebok pre-season, and this is what they're calling the trail pack, and it's giving me ACG vibes. And the reason I sort of put them on there, I think they look quite nice actually for trail type shoes, and the high top actually looks quite nice with the strap going around it as well. So I'm not mad at them, but also, not something that I'd personally grab. And also what's releasing on the 7th of October is the New Balance 990 V4 Macadamia Nut. I'm a big fan of this model. It's very, very comfortable on foot, lightweight, and feel kind of similar to the Vomeros in terms of the comfortability, and I'm a big fan of them. But this colourway, I suppose, it isn't as good as some of the other ones that I've released in the past, so still nicer, and maybe if I can pick them up for half price, I'd probably go for them, but not for full price. And on the 17th of October, I've also got the Nike Air Max 1 86 Cosmic Clay. This to me looks too similar to the red pair that came out last year, and I know it's supposed to be orange, maybe like that kind of vibrant orange, and I think they probably won't sell out anyway, so I'll try and see if I can pick them up on sale, because it does have that OG colorway type vibe to it, but still a cool sneaker. And on the 17th of October, I'm not a fan of these. This is the Nike Kobe 5 X-Ray. I think they're good for the basketball court, but personally I'm not a fan of how they look. I just don't think they translate very well to wearing for lifestyle wear. And on the 17th of October, we also got the Puma Avanti Stitched Fenty, and this is the collab with Rihanna. So this is a sneaker that I'm not really a fan of, to be honest. It's just not my style really. And then on the 18th of October, we've got the Bricks & Woods New Balance 1906U, which is more of the utility model by New Balance, and this one's using more sort of ripstop materials, sort of hard-wearing materials for, I suppose, for winter time. But I'm just not a fan of the colourway, and also the way it looks. It's too detracting away from what a 1906R is, and it just looks very plain. And on the 18th of October, which is a Comme des Garçons exclusive, is a New Balance A60 V2. I'm not too much of a fan of this particular model, and also Comme des Garçons, usually charge a lot of money for their sneakers. So yeah, I'm not up for grabbing these either. And on the 18th of October, I've got the Adidas Dhingyun Zhang Kouza. I actually don't like the look of these. I think they don't look aesthetically pleasing, and they're also very expensive at sort of £250, $300. So for me, it's not one of those ones that I'm interested in. And then next up we have the Chris Brown Nightcrawler Nami slides, and this is coming out on the 8th of October. And this is another pair of slides that I'm just not a fan of. I just don't think they look very comfortable, and also not very aesthetically pleasing. And also on the 18th of October, we've got the Puma La France Assist. And this model, I'm not too much of a, I suppose, I don't hate it, but also not in love with it. And I think it's more for the younger crowd, for the sort of skate crowd as well. I think for me, the colourway is not one of the better ones, in all honesty. And something which is supposed to be releasing on the 18th of October is the New Balance 1906L. And this is coming in a black and also a white colourway. However, I feel like these will be limited to, I guess, Junior Watanabe's website, or whatever that seems to be, because I've not heard much about this. It looks like it's got more sort of leather overlays on this one versus the GR version that released. So maybe it's more premium. And on the 19th of October, we've got the Nike Dunk Low co.jp pack. And this is What the Dunk. I think, with all these What the collabs, they're just not very wearable. I think they're good as sort of collector's items, but not something that I would look to grab, personally. I think if they did an SB version, I'd probably be more interested in it. And then there's also the Dhingyun Zhang Adidas Samba collection. So there's two different colorways, and they're very expensive as well. But I'm not, again, too much of a fan of the Samba model anyway. And I think this particular version, they've changed it up quite a lot. But at the same time, not something that I'd look to grab personally, especially for the price.